So we have our transparency parts, the ones that are going to fade in and fade out. One thing I noticed in my original game is that I had a little safe spot in the middle. So go ahead and create that as well. Scale this part, move it to the left, scale this part, move it to the right, and we should be ready to go. The next thing that we want to do is well, I guess what we want to do is take these three parts and put them in their own level folder. So let's put them as part 3 of level 1, right? So let's go here to workspace, insert object, go to folder, call this level _1_3. Take the 3 parts that we were just talking about and paste them into 1_3. Okay, and let's see, is there anything else that we need to do? Yeah. So what I noticed as well is that this part here does not have a script attached to it that makes the player blow up when he touches it. Right? So we need to add that. Neither does this part here, because I duplicated this part to make this part. So what we can do is grab this one, open up his script. Command A is to select all. Command C is to copy. We can close that up, go to the part that needs the script, right click, insert object, script, Command A, Command C, and close it up. Do the same thing with this one here. Insert object, go to script, Command A, Command C, and now these cause the player to blow up. Of course, we want to test that, see if it actually works. But let's go ahead and move on at the moment, right? What we want to do is now program these blocks to fade in and fade out, and we are going to be coding it for this one and use the same code for this part. So if you're ever taking a block of code and using it for more than one part, you want to create it using, or define the function using a modules function here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to come in here and say function module appear. We're going to give it the part. This is a dot appear. And inside of the appear, what we're going to do is have 2 for loops. It's going to look very much like this rise fall, okay? Except instead of changing the part's position, we are going to change the part's transparency level. So it's going to go from 0 up to 1 and then back to 0. Remember, 0 transparency means it's fully there, right? It's solid. Transparency of 1 means it's completely transparent. Okay, and if it's 0.5, it's semi-transparent. So let's come over here. Maybe we can go and grab this code and we could paste it here and appear and just make some changes. Okay, when I went ahead and pasted it in, you could see that this block of code has is indented 2 times, or 2 tabs. I want it to be right here under the weight. So what I can do is hold down Shift and press Tab, and it takes it to the left 1 tab. Okay, so let's do that. I don't want it to be random. I want it to wait 2 seconds here and here. These aren't for the balls rising. This is, so I'm going to delete that comment. Altitude is not a descriptive name for the temporary variables. So here I'm going to put trans to stand for transparency, here and here. I want to start at 1, and I want it to iterate 10 times. So I'm going to put a 10 right here. Okay, and I do want the step to increase by 1, so I'm going to leave that to be a 1. Here, what do I want? I want the parts transparency. So I'm going to come here and put transparency. I want the parts transparency value to increase by 0.1, right? So I'm going to put the transparency of the part is equal to its transparency plus 0.1. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here, but I'm going to do minus 0.1. So this should turn him transparent, wait for 2 seconds, and then turn him back to solid. Then we want to do this over and over and over again. So we want this to happen inside of a while loop. So while true, do all of this. So end, right? Okay, so we're gonna do this forever. And what is it gonna do? Make it transparent, then make it not transparent, over and over and over again. So let's go ahead and play this, and hopefully this works. Oh, actually, I think I forgot to connect these parts to that module script. Okay, so I'm gonna stop that, and let's go to the part, which is right here. I'm gonna right click, insert object, insert object, script, and here I can use one of these scripts, I believe, right? So let's copy that, come over here, Command C, Command A, Command V. So what is this doing? It's connecting to the module script right here. This is not the ball, this is the part. And I'm going to not call rise fall, I'm going to call appear and give it the part. And I'm not going to do this just for this piece here, I'm also going to do it for this one. So select it, right click, insert object, script, and let's paste that same script in. Now we can test it. So I don't see it there. Yes, good. So it is going out of view, coming into view. Now it looks like it's happening a little too fast. So I'm going to go back to my module script. Now notice here, it's too fast, so I want to make a change to it. Right? Normally, if I didn't use a module script, I'd have to make a change here, and I'd have to make a change here as well. Right? And if I had more parts, I'd have to make a change in all of those other scripts. But because I'm using a module script, all I need to do is make the change once here, and it will change for this part and that part. So let's go ahead and change this from 0.5 to 0.1 on this for loop and this for loop, and run it again. Let's see if the speed looks like it's more reasonable, because remember, the player has to run from one end to the other end. So let's see if it's fast enough. So he's here, he's gonna run. He's gonna jump. Looks a little bit too fast. Okay, so I'm gonna come back into the module script, and I'm gonna change it to 0.15, and I think that's good. So let's go ahead and stop there, and we will move on in the next video.